She calls Singapore home now, but Korean entrepreneur Honey Lee was actually born and raised in New York before attending 3 years of high school in Korea, where...
I did K-pop. So for about 1 year, I was doing in the summer times back dancing for different dance schools and such. So big concerts and festivals. We went and we did that.
Can you bust some moves still?
Oh my gosh, no, not right now. No, I'm not going to do that here. I'm not going to embarrass myself. I'm in a new country.
Yes, sir. But regardless of where she goes, Honey says she has a special skill that enables her to identify her own countrymen from afar. And there are more than 20,000 Koreans living here.
I call it K-dar.
Okay, what are the top 5 things to look for?
The hair. Okay? It's certain haircuts that are Korean. So you've got this, like, for men, it's this bowl haircut with these bangs going forward, but a lot of layers and covering your right eye or left eye. So that's one. Or for girls, you'll see a perfect perm, right? That's what they call it, a Korean perm. Where you'll see perfect silky hair with curls that look like you just did it in the morning, but no, it's just perfect Korean hair. Number 2, it's the face, yeah? It's typical characteristics, just a smile. I mean, we've got the rainbow eyes, so small rainbow eyes and perfect white skin. Koreans do not like to tan, okay? Unless you're a celebrity, most Korean girls are very pale, paler than me. I'm in the sun all the time. I give up trying to be white, and then buying whitening products all the time costs a lot of money. So no, I'm alright. That perfect skin isn't just for girls, it's for guys as well.
Number 4.
Right? The look, the styling, the clothing. You'll see styling that's a bit more edgy. I think it's the fashion sense, right? I mean, Koreans are quite fashion forward. Not as fashion forward as Japanese, but that's another factor that kind of tells you if you're Japanese or Korean. So when you stand out to me from what you're wearing, a lot of it is because you're wearing Korean clothes. So, I mean, lots of layering, lots of colors, trying out things that are a bit out of the ordinary. So I'd look out for that. Okay, it's the way we go around in clusters. Usually it won't be one Korean walking around. It'll be 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So we move around in packs. Yeah, we move together.
So going by your we move together, so you married another Korean?
I did, yeah.
And from the whole other side of the planet?
Yeah, it was a chance visit that he had come to New York. And yeah, that's how we met, and then we kind of continued our journey from there together. But I think for me, it's always been grounded that I wanted to marry another Korean. It's just fundamentally kind of your traditions and your culture and what you associate with. So I've always dated Koreans, not exclusively, but I always knew I'd marry one. So he's a lucky one.
When her husband was posted to Singapore for work 4 years ago, Honey packed up and left with him. After working 2 years in magazine publishing, she started her own PR company as well as HANculture, which imports unique Korean products like artisan jewelry.
I heard that you might be opening F&B as well.
Yeah. Okay, that's nothing on the Korean front, but my husband actually is part of a venture in Australia, really successful Japanese restaurant. So I'm looking at how I can bring in it here and give it a little bit of a twist, to have a bar culture as well as kind of that food base. So I'm not saying anything yet, but within the next year or two. We can just throw on some kimchi and it'll be Korean, yeah. But yeah, that's coming up.
Well, since she's going into the industry, we had to ask.
Korean food in Singapore, how is it? And are there any...
Do I have to be honest about this?
Yes,
okay.
You have to.
Okay. It's all right. It's not terrible. I think there's some fundamental flavors that aren't there, like shrimp sauce, right? I guess most cultures use it, but it's a little bit different. So things that you think to put in your kimchi, they don't put in here. So it's nuance. It's very little things. But I have a few places that I go. I go to the Korean restaurant on the 2nd floor of Amara Hotel. Yeah. And then I also go to a restaurant called Manna on Telogayer Street. So those are the 2 that I like. The rest, I mean, you deal. You live with it.
So you land up cooking more Korean food at home now? You think?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I've always liked to cook, so I do it at home now as well.
So do you do kimchi at home?
No.
Why not?
That I don't, because I don't want to have red fingers for, 5 days.
But when she needs to stock up her refrigerator, she calls.
There is a Korean delivery service that brings you everything. Homemade kimchi, Korean meat, rice. So that's one of my secrets that I use. So there's no point in me doing it when I can just call someone in. It's run by Koreans, and basically they don't have a shop front, but they can deliver to you.
So the Koreans living here in Singapore have their own means to serve their needs. Next up, we learn about a Korean dance that's taught in Singapore. And no, we don't mean K-pop idol moves.
I know you.